This is creeping up on us. We have known for quite a while that 10 is going away and 11 is the future.
This episode is made possible by OIT VoIP. Find your best-in-class revenue generation for MSPs all over the world. Learn more via the link in the show notes.
Good morning, and welcome to the December 7th episode of MSP Dispatch, your source for news, community events, and commentary in the MSP channel. I'm Brandon Martinez, filling in for Tony Francisco and Ray Orsini. First up, we got some business news. From Sergio Gatlan, a bleeping computer. I apologize if I mispronounced that name horribly, but this one is about Microsoft. Microsoft has made it clear that Windows 10 users cannot upgrade to Windows 11 without TPM 2.0, calling it a non-negotiable requirement. TPM 2.0 is a security processor that helps protect sensitive data and strengthens defense against cyber attacks. Microsoft first announced it as mandatory in 2021, citing its role in securing systems through better encryption and integration with Windows like Secure Boot. Despite attempts to bypass this requirement, Microsoft warns that future versions of Windows 11 may not function without it. Additionally, while Windows 10 support ends on October 2025, users can delay the upgrade for another year by paying for an extended security update package. This is creeping up on us. We have known for quite a while that 10 is going away and 11 is the future. And I think we are kind of on the cusp of a lot of MSPs realizing I don't have a plan for this right now. And this is a little bit more complicated than prior versions because there's some hardware requirements outside of just processing power. 10 to 11 is requiring new hardware devices on the board. TPM 2.0 is a hardware-based security component that provides some enhanced cryptographic functions. It really enhances security by storing cryptographic keys and performing secure operations on a dedicated device. Interesting thing here is the non-negotiable requirement. Microsoft is insisting that you need to have this, and I think it's reflecting a broader industry move towards prioritizing security. But a lot of older PCs lack TPM 2.0 modules. This prevents a direct upgrade to Windows 11 and requires an upgrade. One thing you want to make sure that your customers understand is this is going to be a budgetary expense. And this is something that you want to work into your IT budget with your customers, which, if you're not already doing, is a great value add. Not only to help them predict your costs and make sure that you are part of their budget in the coming year, but also understand, what's coming up next. Really act again as that partner and not just a help desk that they call whenever something breaks. Users are going to not be happy with this. They're going to feel forced into hardware upgrades. This is going to probably impact user satisfaction, hopefully more with Microsoft than service providers. But people don't want to spend money if they don't have to. Big thing though to take away is start thinking about this now. You are going to run out of time. We are less than a year away, and it's always better to have this discussion earlier than at the last minute. Moving on into some tech news. OpenAI is teasing 12 days of mystery product launches. This one is from Ben Edwards at Ars Technica. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has announced a 12 Days of OpenAI event, during which new AI features and products will be revealed on consecutive weekdays. While specific details remain unclear, reports suggest potential releases could include a public version of OpenAI's text-to-video model, Sora, and a new AI reasoning model similar to the current O1 preview. Some expect DALL-E 4 or a new image generator based on GPT-4's multimodal capabilities as well. Altman teased both major and minor launches, with live streams scheduled every weekday. The release of Sora has sparked some controversy, though, with artists protesting its earlier research preview. That's an interesting point. There has been a lot of discussion in the artist community as a whole, outside of technology, of how AI is training their models on art that is made by people for free. These models are trained on potentially copyrighted material without consent. So this is raising some interesting questions about intellectual property rights, fair use, needs for guidelines in AI development. Is it right for these massive for-profit companies? I know OpenAI is technically a nonprofit, but we'll see how long that lasts with some of these new updates. We are seeing a lot of hot topic issues come up in legislature recently, and I wouldn't be surprised if not from a for the sake of the artist point, but for the sake of intellectual property, some guidelines put around what AI is allowed to train on, what kind of permission they need to allow. Is there going to be any sort of royalties they need to give to it? OpenAI is really setting the industry standards for a lot of this stuff. They are making the benchmarks, and their innovations are really trying to accelerate industry trends towards more advanced and accessible AI technologies. On that note, these launches are prompting some responses from competitors and leading to a surge in AI advancement. Competition in the market is awesome because that is the best way to really drive innovation. One thing you want to do is follow these live streams, stay informed about these improvements. These are things that your customers may start to be asking you about. Can they start using this to develop things for their business? Can they start making content for their social media with the video and text and image generations? Is this something that you can provide to them as a service? Can they get help from Copilot? Microsoft is a very big sponsor of OpenAI and their technologies, and that could be a very easy pivot into an upsell for you. Moving on past the news, we have some community events coming up. MSP Growth Day presented by Technology Marketing Toolkit. This is a event that is in person in La Jolla, California on December 10th. After that, we have MSP M&A Growth Show presented by Channel Program, in-person event on the 11th in Dallas, Texas. And then finally, we have a virtual event by Roost. This is the Automation Edge, how MSPs can differentiate themselves in 2025. That is going to be on Thursday, the 17th of December at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, that brings us to the end of our show here. Discussion doesn't need to stop here, though. We have a Discord community to talk to a ton of cool people in. I am there too, and I would love to chat with you one-on-one in the channels there. With that, we will see you next week for the next episode.
If you found this episode eye-opening, catch more MSP Dispatch at 10 a.m. throughout the week. Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.